our out-of-the-box Friday activity. So let's clear our desks for this one with nothing but the piece of paper that I gave you, as well as something to write with.
Why does that hurt?
So Emma, you need your piece of paper. All right.
You don't need to be over anymore.
What I'd like for you to do is to put on your caps for thinking about the future. Okay? I'm going to ask you to go through an envisioning exercise. So what I'd like for you to do is to think about what you think technology is either going to look like or allow us to do in 15 years. What year will that be? 2027. Okay, so what will technology look like or allow us to do in 15 years? 2027. Jot down a few ideas that you have about that. 2027. What will it look like? What will it allow us to do? Take about 3 minutes to see what you can come up with. Don't judge your ideas, just put them out there. This is brainstorming. No evaluation. You can draw pictures, you can do words, whatever works for you. 2027. And you may want to think about the different types of technology that you use right now, like cell phones and computers, laptops, GPS devices. Ross and Anna?
And have a comb. A what? A comb. A what? Comb.
Not right now, right?
Rocket ship.
If you have a list, keep going. See what else you can come up with. Jordan, could you get the door for us, please? Thank you. Then we are on a blank piece of paper, jotting down some ideas about what you think technology will look like or allow us to do in the year 2027, 15 years from now. Think about maybe the types of things you do on your computer now, the types of things you're able to produce. How might those look different? Or Dennis, are you planning some kind of interplanetary mission?
That's exactly what I just wrote after
From your drawing.
No one ever uses it.
What do you think a cell phone might be able to do? Like when I had a cell phone in 1998, it could only make phone calls. Right? So now a phone can do lots of other things, right? It can do some GPS, it can hold grocery lists, it can make food pictures.
Do you copy of mine? What do you have?
iPhone 10. What might iPhone 10?
You could find Leah's house.
I did.
I think maybe, have you seen like the Google glasses where
Talking about
actually
how hard your
light
house is to run.
projecting
But then we put it into that.
your eyes, maybe the cell phone will have some kind of something to communicate with you that will allow you to put information,
But can I have a comb?
different kind of interface.
I mean, I will
Think
dare
about
find
that.
that for school.
What do you have?
There.
Holograph? Oh, holograms. Right.
You know, I have that too.
Good. All right. So I see a lot of holographs. What do you have?
Corey, you just have zero creativity or what?
Come on, Corey, you must have some.
No graphic novel. All right. What do you think,
Good.
Ron?
Romantic, of course.
And I threw up the salmon yesterday, so
Corey, just put down the laser.
he was in such bad mood. The whole team was sprinting the whole entire practice, and me and Lily were on the side.
No.
That's really cool.
Witchcraft and
Ah, retro? Yeah.
Science will effectively make us have magic.
Alright, I like that y'all are thinking in a lot of different directions. We have people thinking of personal productivity types of technology with cell phones. I'm seeing a lot of notes about holographic images where we feel like maybe the interface is going to change. The interface between human being and technology seems to be getting less and less cumbersome, right? Maybe we're thinking of a world without
Thing of the
wires.
future.
I also see some glasses. Dennis, tell us about the glasses that you have designed on your page.
Well, actually, they're pretty much already invented.
I've
So.
heard about them. Could you share it with the class?
I don't know, they're like, aren't they like Google glasses or something?
They are Google glasses. Has anyone heard of Google glasses?
I think we can still go on.
What do you know about the Google glasses that you've learned about?
I just know you can like, it like senses your eye movements or something, and you can browse the web and whatnot.
You can
Without
browse.
saying
You can
anything?
browse the web actually right in front of your very face.
How does that work? That's
Maybe.
impossible.
Without saying anything?
What if it's a little close?
It could be.
Yeah, you're
All
saying
technology
like you
needs
can move your eyes and it
improvement,
just
right?
goes down?
This is getting into rewriting our
Like you're wearing
nerves, and that's
glasses.
just
Why
getting
is it
to
with
the
shields
point
and
where
how
I'm
do
not
you
So
doing
how,
school.
when you want to click it, what do you do?
So what I
That's
want
why
to
the
show you to
knowledge
get you
map.
thinking about
Dang it.
where we're going in the future is actually something that Microsoft has produced. It is a video that basically details every piece of technology that they want to put into our futures. And the cool thing about what you see here is that everything's in production right now. Okay, so what I want you to do is turn your paper over. Even though you have some beautiful drawings and ideas on the front, let's turn our papers over.
Hover chair for fat people.
And I'd like for you to watch this video.
Hi, sorry. Is Anna Hyman?
She is right here.
Hi, not you. Sorry, a different Anna. What's the other Anna?
Anna
McLean. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Olivia.
Good to see you.
You don't like playing second string.
But yes, she is here. Okay. All right, so we're going to watch a video. And what I'd like for you to do is jot down what you're seeing in the video. So describe it, the types of technology that you're seeing or what the technology is allowing these individuals to do. And then we're going to talk about it in a few minutes.
That's Google Glass.
Yeah, if we have a chance, we'll look at those too. But for right now, let's focus on this.
I'm actually, I ordered it there.
Like I don't see one
$73 million.
spot.
How much do they
It's
cost?
gonna be the greatest investment of my life.
They're not even like
All right, let's see. Holly, can you get the lights for me, please?
insanely.
That one.
Like everything's colored.
I caught one of those actually.
Welcome to Johannesburg International Airport. Please approach the road to create your pickup zone.
What?
What if you don't need glasses?
What I'd like you to do before we talk to the class is write down, let's just say 5 pieces of technology innovations that you observed in the video that you found interesting.
I'd rather
Just
have
describe them, jot them down really quickly.
I feel like they've already invented that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like an iPhone, just cool.
Jot, do some jotting. What did you see, Ross? What did you see? Write it down.
All that stuff just useful. Everything's white.
It's always a futuristic thing.
That's what Mr. Pascal looks like.
That's the exact same thing I was thinking when I was watching it.
We had the last one we did.
What about the woman arriving at the airport? What glasses was she wearing? What were her glasses allowing her to do?
So were those actual things that are
That seems gluten free.
We'll talk, write it down, let's see what we're dealing with first.
yeah, so some stuff there like throwing up and then
Like everything has an interface. The counter has an interface.
Crazy.
The refrigerator.
That was
has an
like Iron
interface.
Man stuff when he was running.
Touching things and that's ridiculous. Logistics of that seem
I'll be
highly
impressed
improbable.
with technology and computers to make food.
Alright, everyone challenge yourself to write down 3 things that you saw there. 3 things at least.
It was probably on
The future should
camera. All I can remember is the see-through fridge.
That was
Made
actually
quite
really,
an impression on you, didn't it?
that was actually a really neat idea.
I heard the oohs and ahs in the room.
That was like
See-through
useless.
fridge.
Why would you use see-through fridge?
that calendar is pretty sick.
Alright, so let's
Mine-
chat
mine
about a
days
few of
aren't
these
scheduled.
observations. Cooper, what did you see that you found interesting in the video?
See-through fridge.
The see-through fridge. Okay, so I just heard someone say, see-through fridge. What point does a see-through fridge have? Who raise your hand if you can think of a point that a see-through fridge might have? Anna?
It doesn't waste.
Yeah, or you can just put a piece of glass over your fridge. That you can know
So it doesn't waste. It doesn't waste electricity when we open up the refrigerator.
Or the one that
Maybe it allows us to see an inventory. Okay. Bailey, what else did you see?
We're just sick of like exactly.
Hold on.
Like the clear phone.
The what?
The clear phone.
What was the phone allowing the individual using it to do?
Flip it
Move
on
the
both
image on the
sides.
Name something specific it was allowing
There
her
was
to
one
do.
like when after like she first arrived and she like putting like her hotel information in or whatever, and then like the guy came out and like her hotel where she was like clear and
Oh,
stuff.
that's really cool.
And so everything that she needed was happening on her phone. What else, Trey?
I'm gonna argue
Wait,
the
her
point that
hotel
the
room
see-through
thing
fridge
was on
saves
her phone?
power because the power you need to make that clear and still be able to see it uses even more.
Possibly, but now we're getting into the phase of creativity where, okay, we want to be outlandish and think big thoughts, and they have to work too.
But the end doesn't really
I
justify
got
the
you.
means. in
I
this
got you.
sense.
It has to work at the end. That's part of creativity too. Holland, what else did you see? The calendar.
Calendar was
Yeah.
sick.
Tell
Yeah,
me
that
about
was
the,
actually cool.
tell me about the calendar.
I like that.
I don't even know what was happening. Just touched it.
Was he able to interact with the material, the print material on whatever interface that was and move it around into different places? Yes?
Yeah.
Leo, what did you see?
Um,
It's different than maybe what someone else has said already.
Oh, the computer, how like you could like just take this stuff and put it like in front of you.
Okay.
Okay.
You could actually move it all around and manipulate it. Okay. So how many of you think you saw, raise your hand, if you think you saw something in there that is outlandish or that probably won't happen? Okay. All right.
I didn't understand the classes.
Was it just
I
translating?
didn't see the glasses.
like-
What the glasses were doing, she had her glasses on, and you may have noticed it was a little difficult to see, but on the side,
It was like 3 lights and it said translate.
exactly, it said translating right over here. And what was happening is as the individual was speaking to her, I don't know if that was Afrikaans or another language, it was actually translating what the speaker was saying.
Oh, I
So that
actually
she
did
could
see-
actually hear it in her own,
How
in
does
her
that
own
work with
thing.
just glasses?
I actually did see
Okay.
my glasses out of the
Okay.
There's no
What
way
else?
possible
What
I
else,
could
Ross?
do that.
What do you think is not possible in the
When
video?
she was riding from the airport and it had like a little bubble thing on top of the building that said this is where you're reading.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You would have to have nanomachines regulating your body, interfacing with all different kinds of data to make this
Okay.
possible. It's
Get into it, Trey.
Let me take you back. Let me take you
There's
back
no
just
way
a
that
little
can
bit.
happen.
Because what you saw, whether it's going to take this exact form, right, or whether it's going to look like something a little bit different, all of this is being produced right now as we speak. They're working on this. And actually this technology that's going to be around in 15 or 20 years, this is what y'all are going to be working on. It's what you're going to be helping to produce, and it's what you're going to be working with. You saw the meetings where you tap on a face and the individual's holographic images of those individuals pop up around you. And you're able to interface with people, and it does not matter where they are, whether they're sitting in the same room or whether they're sitting in Hong Kong. This is a world, give or take some of the details, I grant you that, this is a world where you all are going to be living. Okay? to believe, but I'm thinking back to 1998. Okay, in 1998, so we're thinking about that long ago in the other direction. Google was just being founded. 15 years ago, right? Google was just being founded. 1997, 98. Cell phones could only call people. And they were about this big. They were brick phones. Maybe you all have seen some of the artifacts of your parents, right? E-commerce was just taking off. PayPal was just being founded. And look at where all of those things are now. And if I'd been sitting in a classroom in 1998, and you were to tell me that there was an iPhone in production that had a holographic keyboard that would project itself onto the desk in front of me, and that I could type on it, I would have said, you're insane.
Wait, do iPhones have that?
They're coming. They're coming.
No.
So, what I would ask, and the reason we're doing this for Out of the Box, the reason I wanted to share this with you is because I feel very often, and I'm among you, that when we see things like this, we say, oh no, can't happen, not going to be. But I invite you, and I just want to inspire you to think, what if? To think, what if even more than this? And we can debate the pros and cons of technology, but there are some cool things going on there too. That individual was able to talk to her child and actually share a recipe with her. I mean, you can do that. You can do that now. You can absolutely do that now. You can do that via Skype. It was just a little bit more, it was a little bit fancier, and it was a little bit easier to access the information, right?
Yes.
But you're right, Jordan, we can do that now. But it's about making that interface as human as possible, right? When we move from being able to talk to someone on the phone to actually being able to Skype with them and see them and have FaceTime with them, then it's more like sitting in the same room and actually connecting with someone. And we still need this. I mean, we absolutely do, but it's just interesting to think about. So I hope y'all will all come back to see me. I don't know if I'll be here in 15 years. Maybe I will be. And or maybe you won't have to come see me at all. We'll just all chime into the same chat room, and we'll be able to talk and have a discussion. So, all right. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Okay, so we're going to transition now into our next activity, which is fairly difficult. So I need you to listen up.
Wait, what are we watching? The challenge video? Is that homework?
That's homework. Yeah, and I'll go over that right in the class. I'll review that as well. Okay. It's the challenge.
This video we have to watch.
Alrighty. So over the last several nights, you all have been working on an article written by a gentleman named Costa Cabratatan, who is a writer for the New York Times. This is a blog. It is therefore an opinion piece, but it relates to our essential question of, is maintaining one's principles more important than survival? And he's writing about some philosophers, which some of whom you may or may not have heard of before. What we're going to do today in small groups is break this article down into more understandable points, because there are some very challenging sentences and words and really ideas in this article. But as I've said to you in the past, and as I'll keep repeating, this is the type of reading, this nonfiction reading that we're doing. It's going to be so important to you in college that you know how to do this, and that you have these skills ready to go. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to pass back your questions here, and I'm going to put you into groups. So as I call your names and tell you what group you're in, if you would plan to get a netbook and relocate so that you can be with these individuals in a group. Okay, we're going to have Anna, Emma, and Trey. You are in a group. These are just checked, not graded. Anna, Emma, and Trey, you are in a group. Jordan, Ross, and Holland, you are in the second group. So if you need to take your article out, if I'm not passing back your article, please go ahead and do so. Grab a netbook as well. Bailey, Dennis, and Leah, you are in my third group, please.
you get mine in that email?
I did. And Chris, Cooper, and Corey, you are in the final.
Perfectly.
Yes. Let's go.
Wait, when does this season start?
Over here. And Corey.
Was there one yesterday?
All right, find your group.
Yeah, you know that.
Find your group, have a seat. And as long as y'all can see from over there, that's fine. But what I need you to do for the first part of the activity is come up here so that you can see what I'm asking you to do, and then you can go over and use recliners. Okay? So come over here for now if you would, and you may utilize the comfy chairs. All right. All right, so everyone's eyes up here for just a moment. Let's close our screens up so we all know what to do. Look up this way. Okay, so I've shared a Google document with you. What I have basically done is copied the entirety of the article into a Google Doc that we are now all sharing. Okay? Your group has a particular paragraph, which I'll tell you in just a minute what your assignment is. All of these directions are inside the Google Doc. And our point here, once again, is to make sure that we understand what we read. And we're going to do that through a process. And I recognize that you can't always use this intensive a process every time you're reading something, let's say for the SAT or for a class even. But I want you to know the process that exists that can help you to understand something that is really challenging, because you're going to encounter material like this a lot. So it's very clear what I've asked you to do. Number one, using yellow, and everyone knows how to use a yellow highlighter in a Google Doc. Yes, hopefully. Okay. You're going to choose the text background color. Using yellow, you're going to highlight words, so vocabulary words, phrases, or references that you don't know. So if you come across, let's say, Hypatia, and you don't know who Hypatia is, and I didn't know who Hypatia was when I read this article, or Giordano Bruno. Okay, so if you come across a reference, or a word, or a phrase that you don't understand, you're going to highlight it in yellow. Or if you think that the other members of the class don't understand it, you're going to highlight that in yellow. All right. Then you're going to insert a comment. You all have read my comments. You've talked back to me via Google Docs, so I think you all know how to do this. After you've highlighted those words, phrases, etc., now you're going to go in and in your comment space, Control-Alt-M is how you get a comment. You're going to define it. You're going to define the word or phrase using dictionary.com, or if you are using, if you're looking at a reference, what I'd like for you to do is do a site:/.edu search in Google. Remember, that's what we use to filter out some of the junk. So if you were doing a search of Hypatia, for instance, if you're in group 1, then put Hypatia site:/.edu in that search bar, and you're only going to get back what sorts of results? What are they all going to have in common? .edu. Okay. All right, so those are your first two steps. So isolate what you don't know, highlight it in yellow, and define it in your comments. Any questions about that? We good? Okay, now we're moving on to green. In green, ladies, we're here? Okay. In green, we're going to highlight the sentence in the paragraph that we think is most difficult. So the group's going to chat for a minute and say, wow, this is the sentence that I really had trouble understanding. And it may be more than one, but try to focus on one. You're going to highlight that sentence in green, and you're together as a group, you're going to write a paraphrase of that particular sentence. Okay? You're going to put that paraphrase in the comment box, just like you did with the definition up here. I'll show you an example of all of this in just a minute. Finally, you all have already worked on some main ideas. You've worked on 11, to be exact, over the last few nights. what I'd like for you to do after you've looked at the individual elements and the details and you've paraphrased, you've worked and grappled with some of this information, I'd like for you to write a main idea as a group. And that's going to go at the end of each paragraph in boldface. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about just in terms of format. All the way down here at the bottom. I did the last paragraph, and you can see that I've highlighted 2 references, both Thomas More, and the word undisclosed. I wanted to be sure I was understanding that correctly in the context. And if I come over here and click on More, up's going to pop and highlight my explanation of Thomas More, which, by the way, you are welcome to use if you encounter him earlier in the article, because this is actually a good explanation. When I click on undisclosed, I'm going to get a brief definition. And now I've got my paraphrase here in my area that's highlighted in green, and my main idea is at the end. Okay? So 4 clearly distinct different things that I'm asking you to do. Most of your group members have, our group members have 3, right? All right, so your assignments are as follows. Anna, Emma, and Trey, you are working on paragraph 1. Holland, Jordan, and Ross, you are working right now on paragraph 2. It's a little short. I may give you 4 as well. We'll see. Work on 2 for right now. Bailey, Dennis, and Leah, please work on paragraph 3. Chris, Cooper, and Corey, please work on paragraph 5. So we're skipping number 4 for now. What questions do you have about process? Any? All right.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Yes. So to access the Google document, you've got it right at the top of our English 11 site. It's also in your Google Drive.
My computer's broken. This thing's not turning on.
Maybe it's because they didn't get plugged back in. What? I mean, there are 20 over there to choose from, so I would say try
I
now.
didn't see any lights, so maybe the whole thing's unplugged. I'm just kidding, I see one.
Ross, do you have your computer?
Oh. Yes, ma'am, I did.
Communicate with each other? Is this conducive? It's at the top of our wiki. Anna, can you grab that book too, please? I want everyone to be looking at it.
See some.
Thank you.
Wait.
You did, she gave me
All right, let's get to task, please.
What's it under?
Just go to the website.
You don't. We're all looking at the same one.
Okay.
We're working on different paragraphs. If anyone's having trouble locating the document, please let me know.
I think I know.
Okay, so y'all have a really important paragraph. We've got our first paragraph, and it's challenging and it's important to understand what Mr. Bradington's asking. So you also have a lot of references. Yes, I'm sure to tell you. What are some of the words, phrases, and references? Here I go. Paradoxical, good. about all of
Not
this.
necessarily more bigger
You need to Google those guys as well. You can certainly go and get my description of Thomas More from my comic. Copy that. You have a lot of different references to look up. Get a start on this, and I'll come back and I'll try it on here. I can paraphrase and forget to use
You guys
not
think
edu for
the
those searches.
from the former to life is the most difficult.
Yeah.
What do y'all think are the words and phrases that we might need to
We did the realm of the flesh
put? Okay. Do you think everyone knows what incomprehensible means? Or contempt? Okay. Oh, these are the words strikes. First, that means strikes. It is an old custom among philosophers of various strikes.
like different.
It may be worth looking up because it's just an odd use of the word strikes, right? Jordan, feel free to grab another computer so that you can get to work. There's lots over there to choose from.
That's the farm.
So what words and phrases did y'all find that you think you might need to further define? Jen Pataka, okay. Are there any vocabulary words that you think benefit from ambiguous? Annihilation, is that for everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
It said that I have to read my own.
What's your sentence? Can you change your sentence to paraphrase?
Just one second. Or can I do?
You can choose a couple if you'd like. For the ultimate count.
So what? Yeah, I'm just doing like.
Okay.
So I guess we need a summary or something.
So have you paraphrased your sentence in green? Okay.
Is it like, is there one more time you can choose?
There's not, no, whatever you think's gonna be helpful for the
So-
audience. I'd really like for y'all to collaborate on the main idea too. Let's do that one together. You've done some things separately. Collaborate on the main idea.
Due to the
Yes, ma'am.
change of this phrase, the lost
I have no
It's a realm of flesh. I looked it
Realm
up.
of the flesh. What do you think that means? The realm of the flesh. During that context. Body is language, section before spiritual mind, spirit or soul.
Oh, we're paraphrasing
The realm
the
of
sentence.
the flesh. So.
Okay, I thought we were paraphrasing the whole paragraph, yeah.
Is this phrase described in this previous part of the sentence? The body, right? So the flesh. And when you're calling it flesh, Ross, you're kind of emphasizing the physical properties. And sometimes I think what we're seeing here is that it's inferior to the mind. It's just the flesh. Okay, and the pursuits of the flesh, the things that we need to just basically survive, those are going to be inferior to the pursuits of the mind, which are higher and more noble. Okay? So if we're just, for satisfying comfort, right? Our basic body needs are going to be seen as inferior to
Well, saying that
okay?
what's more valuable in life or your goals?
Okay, what did we decide? What was our sentence that we want to
Do your vote for that sentence in the mom's chief reporting that fathers found themselves in this paradoxical situation.
Are you in Dominique? Where does he live? He's missed so much.
So, Anna, are you right on the main idea?
Is that his?
Are y'all on your main idea yet? Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I just really don't know. Wait, Bailey, are you just writing under there?
Yeah.
So Bailey's
We're
typing
just-
in her sentence is the main idea. So you'll check off on that and make sure that
Mhm.
everyone
Yeah,
can
we
agree
should
on
do
that.
that.
Yeah, I'll like set the kind of things.
So Jordan, it's going to be in your drive, or it's also going to be in the English 11, which the link will be directly to that, and that may be a better place for you to access it.
Oh wait, is that what?
I saw that there.
Is that the main idea?
Yeah.
All right, so have we all reached a point of completion? Well, then Jordan and Ross, where are you all?
We are at the green.
You're at the group.
Paraphrase.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to ask group 3 to do then is I'm going to ask you to look at paragraph 4 for me, please, really quickly. It's very brief, so do the same process, please. You having any luck?
Wait, don't we have to paraphrase the sentence that we don't understand here?
We did.
But then don't we have to write the main idea?
I don't think I
You do have to write. You do have to write a main idea.
Okay. Do we have to write that boldface or?
Yeah, the main idea is in boldface.
Oh.
The paraphrase is in green. Right?
Oh.
You're highlighting the paraphrase in green,
Put that in.
and you're commenting in the comment box.
So putting the paraphrase in the
comment box. You got it.
Correct. So I will.
So should the sentence kind of go along with this, or should it be like how we interpret the, should be a continuation of this person's article? Or we add an article? With the bold face part.
The boldface is going to be pretty much a summary of this particular paragraph.
Okay.
Don't worry about the previous ideas that you may
Yeah.
have encountered.
Well, that's not turning out much of a so I feel like if we just change that a little bit, that can also be.
Yeah, I was just gonna copy what's in here. Just make change that, but.
No.
I guess.
Well, I should cut out words and it's just
What
crazy.
do you
Be statements.
And you can figure out what the sentence means.
Are you having an idea? Okay.
So it's pretty much like trying to.
Tip your screens down for just a second if you would, please. I'll let you put these away in just a moment. We will pick this back up on Monday, and we'll have a discussion about the first 5 paragraphs that will hopefully catapult us to a new understanding of this article and the end of the article as well. A reminder that your weekend homework is accessible via the wiki. You click on the link that you see first, the challenge. You watch the video. It's about 25, 27 minutes. At the end of the video, please write a response. You can choose to do this either in paper and pencil, or you can do this as a Google Doc. It's up to you. But it does need to be written.